last year of high school, I was kind of trying to figure out what I was going to do. And at the time, I loved to cook. So I was like, maybe I go to cooking school. And I talked to this one of my female students, and she was like, have you ever worked in a restaurant before? And I was like, no. And she was like, you might want to do that before you invest your entire career in that, going to school, taking a lot of money and time, and you might not like it. So I really took that to heart. That was one of those life lessons that you get that, you realize early, like, hey, she's on to something. So we started having a lot of intro to computer classes, and the internet was starting to get big. This was back in 99, so I'm kind of dating myself here. But so I took computer 1, computer 2, A+, my last year of high school. Really got into it. I'm like, man, this is pretty cool. This is going to be big. This is not going anywhere. I knew early that the internet and all this stuff was going to be big. So after that, took a year off of school. I was done with school for a while. Really, started working some odds and ends jobs, cashier, grocery store, stuff like that. And I just realized that, hey, you cannot, raise a family on the amount of money I was making. So decided to go back to school, got my associate's degree. From there, jumped right into IT from there. Worked at AOL. So dated myself again, doing tech support. Did that for 4 years, got a lot of experience. And then I started making my climb from there. So from there, I went to junior sysadmin, system administrator, desktop support, network admin, and then finally decided that, hey, I really want to be in this cybersecurity thing. The Target breach happened, started seeing breaches left and right. And that's what made me pivot to cyber. So I've been doing cyber now for 8 years, been in IT for 18 years. And yeah, that's kind of been my journey so far. My ultimate goal is to be a CISO. That's what made me go to EC Council and get my master's degree and get my CCISO certification. And yeah, that's kind of been my journey so far. So I was looking around, and I don't want to go into get on the soapbox, but school is definitely hard. Not that school with EC Council or any school is hard. There's a 2-tier system. There's like a private and a public, or however you go, federal, non-federal. I forgot the name and convention, but pretty much the school path that I went down, I had to kind of stick within that realm, so I couldn't just jump back and forth, or I would lose a lot of credits. So once I found EC Council, I tried my local school. They wanted to take away half of my credits. There was another master's program I wanted to go into, but it was super expensive, and I was paying out of pocket myself. I wasn't at a company that would pay for it. So once I found EC Council, they made it very easy. They accepted all of my credits. They even gave me credits for my certifications that I had, because coming into my master's, I had my CISA, my CISM, Net Plus, Security Plus, and what I liked about the school is they used those credits to then take off classes that I didn't have to take. So that made it super easy. They used all my credits. I was able to get in, get out. I finished in 18 months, I think, maybe a little bit more, but got everything done. And I took the slow and steady route, 1 class at a time. Sometimes I did 2 over the summer and stuff when it was light, but it made it super easy to get in. It was online. The exams were proctored and stuff like that, so I didn't have to go nowhere. I was able to do everything from home. And this was going on during COVID as well, so it made it super easy for me. So that's what made me really wanted to come here. I'm hoping you guys do a doctorate program. Hopefully you guys do that, because eventually I do want to get my doctorate. Would like to be Dr. Harris. But yeah, that's what made me come to you guys. Did my research, everything seemed good. All the students were cool. I feel like the group that I graduate with, we still communicate to this day. We still look out for each other and help each other out. And yeah, that's what made me come over to EC Council and get my master's. Yeah, so I feel like people with their master's degree are taken very seriously. It's dedication, it's hard work. I like to say it was easy, we'd all do it, and it's not, so not many do it. So it definitely separates you from the pack. Getting my master's degree helped me become a manager. I was trying to get into manager, kept getting the door shut, but once I got my master's degree, once I got my CISSP, my CSISM, my CCISO, my CISM, all of those stuff, that opened the door for me to move into leadership, and I've been in leadership ever since. So I always tell people, don't let a piece of paper stop you from achieving your goals and dreams. Just do what you need to do and come up with a good study habit, have a plan, or have a vision board that I write down all my goals, and I look at it every day and remind myself what I need to be doing. And yeah, that's why I did it. I think it's very recognized. Like I said, not a lot of people have it. There are some who have it. Most people have an associate's or a bachelor's, but not a lot of people have a master's degree or a doctorate degree. So being that when you look at your statistics, if you go on LinkedIn, you can see like if you apply for a job or you can compare yourself to your peers. I think that like when I apply to jobs or I compare myself, I think only 18% of the people in the industry have a master's degree. And of course it gets less as you move up to doctorate. But yeah, it definitely makes you stand out. I'm not going to say it guarantees you a job, because nothing guarantees you a job. You kind of have to have the trifecta of experience, education, and certifications, which I have. Even still, it doesn't guarantee anything. You still have to put in the work. You still have to do your due diligence. You still have to go above and beyond. And that's what guarantees you something. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to say it's a checkbox, but it's something that I feel like if you want to be taken seriously, you need to have these things. Of course, there's other paths to the finish line, but chose the traditional path because like I'm a little bit older and I grew up where they said you needed these to get this. So I wanted to move away those barriers. So like I said, when I started, I was at a consulting firm called Deloitte, and everybody knows Deloitte's one of the big four. I started out as an engineer, but once I was there, I was there as an engineer, finished up my degree. Like I said, got my CCSO and all that. Once I put that in, every year they have their process where you can get promoted. And I feel like besides my hard work, those things on top of it put me over the top, and I was promoted to manager. And I did it within 1 year, which is very uncommon there. Usually you have to work there 2 to 3 years to get that promotion. I did it in a year. So the MS degree definitely helped. Like I said, the certifications definitely helped, but putting in the hard work also helped as well. Everything in life is a journey. So, going through school, I tell people you're excited 2 times in school: when you sign up and you get accepted, and when you finish. But in between is not fun. But always went to technical schools. I feel like at least the subjects that I was doing, I was interested in. I didn't get a lot of psychology or math classes and stuff like that. A lot of my classes were computer classes. So, like intro to SQL, database administration, identity access, system administrator, network security. So I kept doing a lot of different classes like that, and that just, like I said, put more tools in my toolbox. I consider myself a generalist, so I'm pretty good at a lot of things. I know a lot about a lot of things, but a master of none. So I'm not like just an expert at one thing. I feel like I have a high enough knowledge of all subjects, and I feel like as a manager and as a leader, that's how you should be. You don't want to be that guy pushing your guys out the way, telling them I can do it. You want to entrust them, empower them to do it, but you also want to be able to understand what they're saying and then relay that to leadership in I don't want to say non-technical way, but help them to understand. So being that I'm a generalist, like, every subject in security I can talk on, I can ask questions about, I can get to a general understanding that I can explain to leadership. And going through that MS program definitely helped me through that. Like I said, it's a journey. And I always tell people, just start, don't let nothing stop you, and you'll be done before you know it. Time is going by so fast. So yeah, it definitely helped. And like I said, I would recommend it to anyone who wants to be taken seriously in cyber. Absolutely. Once you get your degree and you get recognized, I live on LinkedIn. Now I have a tab up now, but people see that and they recognize you as a leader. So I have people reach out every day, like, hey, how do I get in cyber? Hey, how do I do this? Hey, how do I do that? And I always give advice. I'm telling everybody the same thing I'm telling this interview. Come up with a plan, stick to it, be hungry, go above and beyond. Any cert or any track that you're trying to go down, definitely take knowledge in. You have to definitely be thinking about work even outside of work, but it definitely helps. Because when you see someone who's accomplished all of these things, you know that they're serious about their craft, and people want to learn from it. I'm also looking at getting into doing speaking engagements and stuff like that, just to build a brand. Because like I said, my ultimate goal is to be a CISO. I'm also even looking at being an adjudicated professor online to like intro to computers and cybersecurity and stuff like that. So I couldn't do everything that I'm doing without that degree. Yes, I can be just some regular guy talking about it, and people will be like, okay, he's cool. But once they start seeing the certifications, once they see the degree, once they see the tenure, they're like, okay, this guy's the real deal. And I know a lot of power players here in my city, CISOs, CEOs, and things like that, because I go to a lot of networking events and talk to them and pick their brain and, always broker that connection, because you never know what the future holds and when they might have opportunity and think of you. I think it's the people that you meet. Like I said, some of the people that I met, I still communicate with. Not every day, but we still message each other. We big each other up on LinkedIn. When you're seeing someone get a certification or get a promotion, you're happy for them because you know that, hey, this guy put in the work. So definitely meeting the people. I feel like kind of when you start school, you start with a group, and usually you and that group kind of move through the entire process together. That's kind of how it was for me. I'm not sure if that's for everybody, but most of the people, we all went through the same classes together and pretty much graduated together. And that was pretty cool. Some of the subjects, like I said, I was interested in every subject, being that, I'm a techie, I'm a nerd. So I definitely kind of wanted to, I didn't want to be an expert, but I definitely wanted to learn, have a higher understanding of what was going on. I think those are the two things that I definitely enjoyed about the program. ECU Council it's kind of like a bridge, and it's like supporting pillars. ECU Council is maybe one of my strongest supporting pillars, because like I said, not a lot of people have a master's degree, so it's definitely a big pillar that supported me. But I think everything that I've done so far has been a pillar or a bridge helping me get to where I'm trying to go. And the message that I would give to the staff at ECU Council is, like I said, I definitely would love to see a master's degree. I see that they're starting to do like a lot of the other industry standards are getting an entry-level cert. I love that they give scholarships. I was actually a recipient of a scholarship where it helped me to get in. So everything that you guys are doing is great. I just say keep up the good work. Like I said, I would love to see you guys expand into a doctorate program. And things like you're even doing now with the partner outreach and doing these videos and questionnaires, so that way you can talk to people. Also, maybe even set up a program where people want to reach out to someone to see how the program was before they join. I would be cool with something like that. Because you always want to hear something from someone else. Everything sounds great when a salesperson is selling it, but when you talk to someone who's been through it and is now successful after it, I think that'll help a lot of people see the value of that. Those are kind of the things I would do. Outside, there's some things that you can't control, like costs and things like that. The cost of school and the cost of everything is up, and it is what it is. But going above and beyond, doing those extra things, I think will get more students and really show the value of what you guys offer. I would say probably like a 8 or 9. I give that a 10 out of 10. About a 7 or 8 on that. So I feel like that's definitely an 8 or 9. I would give that definitely a 9.